Hey y'all, this battle means by Omari, back at you with another video. So I read Dragon Ball Super Manga Volume 60, and the fight between Moro and Goku's heating up. The fight is pretty good. The fight itself is a pretty good fight. The back and forth. Apparently, Goku's now putting all his all into UI. Going full strength, and of course, Moro is getting put on the back end a little bit. Goku's showing his full potential in the UI form, and having Moro on the back foot. And my issue is he has the same problem with UI that he has with Super Saiyan 3. The stamina issue. He has it with Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God. It's like all these new forms, and the same issue arises after Super Saiyan 3, which was the main issue of stamina. It's like, what's the point of him having these forms and still having a stamina issue? And Vegeta's still on planet Yardarat, and he has to get back to Earth. And of course, he needs to learn the instant transmission because the Yardarats can't really feel Goku's life force because he's using God Ki to take him back to Earth. So Vegeta needs to learn the instant transmission to get to Earth to help Goku. Then we get to the thing that I don't really get. Wiz explains to Mirrors that they're not allowed to mess around with worldly issues. Like the Earth being in danger and all that stuff. They're not allowed to really mingle in that. It's against the laws of whatever, the angels. But you rewind time when Frieza blows up just Earth. But yet now you can't interfere when the entire galaxy or the universe is in danger. That makes no sense to me. It's just a cop-out to keep them out of the mix. Which is why I said Wiz and Beerus shouldn't even be around. The angels should not be around anymore. They should just leave the plot altogether. And then eventually Goku loses his UI sign form and they can feel his ki again. So the King Yardarat, or whatever he is, he's like, okay, we'll break the rules. We're only supposed to use instant transmission on the planet, but I'll take you to Earth this one time since it's such an emergency. But Vegeta's like, no, I want to learn it. I can do it, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like he shows up. And he's like, oh, Goku's like, oh, you use instant transmission. And Vegeta's like, well, don't worry, I will never use it again. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Super is the most fan service series I've ever seen in my life. It's like they just come together and say, what would be cool? What would the Vegeta fans like? What would the Krillin fans like? What would the Goku fans like? What would the Master Roshi fans like? And then they come together and then they just throw things in the mix. That was so fan servicey to make Vegeta use the instant transmission. They could have easily wrote that whole thing off and said, well, as Vegeta's training, they're not feeling Goku's ki, so he's not able to go back to Earth. And as soon as Goku's ki is able to be felt, the Yardarat takes him to Earth. This whole Vegeta learning the instant transmission was completely unnecessary. So he learns it, and then he says he's never going to use it. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what the issue is here? It's so fan servicey that it's cringe. It makes no sense. Like, that whole instant transmission thing shouldn't even have been there. It's so dumb. It is dumb. They just did it for the Vegeta fans. And now Vegeta said that he has some new technique and he's going to use that against Moro. And he goes Blue Evolution on him. I mean, come on. We all know Vegeta's not beating Moro. He's not going to beat him. They're not going to allow that to happen. This is just a Vegeta fan service. That's all that's really going on here. This is so cringy, man. Like, him learning the instant transmission and using it is bull crap. It was for Vegeta fans. So we'll see what Vegeta uses on Moro in the next 2 issues or whatever. What is he gonna do? Go Super Saiyan Green or something? I don't know. It's who knows. You know, this whole thing just seems to be getting kind of, drag on-y, and it's like, come on, let's get to the point of what's really going to happen with this, because we all know Vegeta's not going to beat Moro. They're just not going to allow that. So let me know what y'all think about this manga issue, and I'll see you on the next video.